People have been concerned about the environment for many years, for centuries even. In the 19th century, laws were developed against the pollution of our waterways, against unsafe working practices. That developed into the Clean Air Act in the 1950s, and in the 1970s and 80s we became concerned about pesticides and the use of pesticides on crops and on fruit that we eat. Joni Mitchell wrote a very famous song about it. In the 1990s, there was concern about the hole in the ozone layer that was being caused by certain gases, CFCs, and CFCs were banned to try and mitigate that problem. More recently, perhaps in the last 20 years, concern has begun to focus on climate change. We can all be aware now that the climate is changing, that things are warming up, there are much more wildfires, more droughts, more flooding, more extreme weather events than there were in the past. And these are all caused by climate change and by global warming in particular. The United Nations became involved, and in 1992, the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change was formed. And the first International Climate Conference took place in 1995 in Berlin. In 2022, we have COP27, the 27th such climate conference. If we have climate conferences, if we need to be aware of climate change, then we need tools of measurement. And the Greenhouse Gas Protocol was developed in 1998 in order to measure greenhouse gas emissions, so the emissions into the atmosphere of carbon dioxide and other gases which cause global warming. The increasing focus on greenhouse gas emissions takes place at a national and international level. And within each of the nations, of course, the causes of those greenhouse gas emissions need to be focused on. There are many different causes: aviation, agriculture, and industry. And those of us that are involved in industry, in public sector organizations, in private sector organizations, need to be increasingly aware of the emissions that our organizations cause. And the best people to help monitor and manage those emissions within our organizations are us accountants. We have the technical skills, we have the number skills, we have the investigative skills to be able to measure our organization's greenhouse gas emissions and to contribute towards planning to mitigate those emissions. So the skills of the accountants become vital here in the organizational level measurement and management of greenhouse gas emissions. And we as accountants can provide a key role, perhaps even driving the project to measure our organization's emissions and to focus the planning on resolving those emissions.